Who else wants to wake up pain-free? Part 1. Hi, welcome everybody. It's Jason Barlow, RMT, and I'm here today as your therapist and as your coach to help you transform any of your stress, tension, and pain that you might be struggling with. Instead, we want to create health, happiness, and vitality to replace that. Thank you for joining me today, and look at this, what's happening here where we are in Alberta. Today we're scorching hot, around 36 degrees. In fact, the next 2 days are going to be even warmer. I think we're close to 39 degrees come Thursday this week. So it's nice to be able to sit in my cooler basement. I mean, it's still warm considering what it can feel like in the wintertime down here. But nevertheless, I'm here sharing this information with you today. In this article in particular I wrote a year ago, it's a blog post that, again, in the description below, you'll see 2 links. One is for the blog post itself. Just go to that and read more information. I'm going to be summarizing in this audio form and visual form right now for you. But it's who else wants to wake up pain-free? And I'm doing this in a few parts. It might be 2, might be 3 parts. So this week, part 1. Here's something I've always believed in. And it's something I've loved to share with people, even if it's just myself in the mirror. Take my own advice. It is more about the health of the body upon the bed than it is the health of the body. I'll say that again because I got it wrong. It is more than the health of the body's. It is more than the health of the bed upon which you are sleeping than it is. I've said this so many times and now I'm jumbling out when I go live. It is more about the health of the body upon the bed than it is of the bed itself. Take 3. So what I'm trying to share with you here, think back to when you were a young child, or even if you have young children in your life right now, they or you would fall asleep in any position. Their head's crooked, their arms underneath their head, their legs are wrapped around their neck, they've got no pillows, they've got multiple pillows, they've got a thin blanket over them, all sorts of situations that can play out, right? When you think back to how you used to sleep. And I'm sure if you, I mean, I'm in my early 40s now. If you try sleeping like that now, I know I would. I'm going to wake up with a crooked neck. I'm going to be in pain. It's just going to be uncomfortable. So what is that telling us? Well, when we're sprightly and young like that, we have so much energy and vitality, and our muscles are healthy and supple and fairly relaxed. We don't really have much stress going on in our bodies. We can almost get away with anything. Right? By way of foods we're ingesting, by way of little sleep or too much sleep, by way of sleeping position on a bed. And whether we're on a bed or on a thin mattress, like I backcountry camped with my twin boys who are 13 now. We did this 2 weeks ago in Kananaskis here in Alberta. Spectacular adventure. But I'm always a little anticipating the evening sleep for me because I got some pretty cool technology, if you will, of inflatable material. It's still not like your bed. So I knew I was going to have a restless sleep. But guess what? I had a restless sleep. And I woke up and I had a bit of a stiff neck. And I had this, the twins, they slept like babies. They say they sleep the best when they're in the mountains. And they got, you know, they're out by all this fresh air and so forth. And here's me waking up and like, oh, my back's stiff. Oh, my neck's stiff. So it's just sharing with you that it's more about the health of the body upon the bed than it is the bed itself. Because I'm asked this question multiple times over my career. What is the best type of bed? What is the best type of pillow? To which I always answer the same thing. If your bed is over a certain age, usually 10, 12 years, definitely it might be time to get a better bed, right? A new bed, a refreshed bed. That might be part of the factor. I'm not going to say it's got nothing to do with it, but I'm always advocating, hey, before you go to bed, try doing this little routine of stretches. When you wake up in the morning, do this little routine of stretches. You know, at the end of the day, it comes back to what I share in my book, and if you've not got it, you should go get it. It's still available for free at jasonbarlowrmt.com, and what I say in there is it's about postural debt. If we have a lot of postural debt, it doesn't matter the quality of our foods. It doesn't matter the quality of our thoughts. It doesn't matter, well, thoughts maybe, okay, because you can still be happy despite the fact that your neck is stiff and sore. In particular, though, in terms of the bed, if you are not paying attention to your posture throughout the day, you're going to be accumulating this debt. And as a consequence, then your muscles are shortened and tightened when you go and lay down in bed. And that's what's commonly the scenario that's playing out for people. If you're a side sleeper, you would definitely need to have at least 2 pillows. Or if you've got one pillow, it's got to be a fairly substantial pillow so that it's supporting that gap between the side of my ear and the side of my shoulder. So whatever that measurement is, it's going to be varied per person. That's the void or the gap that you want to fill with the pillow or pillows, so that when you lay on your side, you're essentially like you are sat upright, head is straight up on the spine. There's no forward deviation, no chin tucking forward, no head extension, no side extension, no side flexion. We want this head to remain in as neutral a position as possible, as often as possible, whether we're awake or we're asleep. Now, you're probably thinking, yeah, great, Jay, but how do you even do that when you're sleeping? You can't pay attention to your posture. Great point. You can't. So you do the best that you can to your ability and support yourself with suitable pillows. And once you're comfortable, you'll find that you may not be as restless sleeping anyway. Now, in my article, and I'm not going to go into too much depth in this today, but I allude to the fact, and this was me 2 years ago, there may be a situation that you have sleep apnea and you're actually restless and moving about so much because your body's not getting enough oxygen. So that might be something you want to have get tested, as I did, and I was surprised that I was, but I am a candidate for sleep apnea, and as a result, I use a sleep machine, which my wife is very pleased with because it stopped me from snoring. I never had a problem with it, but she did. So today, all I wanted to cap with you was the fact that I want you to just have in your mind between now and next week, think about it. Okay, Jay's talked to me this week about the fact that it's not so much the bed and the pillow quality as much as it is the position of me on that pillow and on that bed, and what I'm doing before I get into bed and when I wake up in the morning from asleep in my bed. So go to the links below. I want you to go read my blog post so that you have some more information. I'm going to expand and elaborate about on next week with part 2. And I also want you to watch the YouTube video. Now, the YouTube video is me sharing with you how to position yourself when you lay, especially as a side sleeper. Generally speaking, as a back sleeper, the one thing to keep in mind is that you almost have no pillow because you want your head to remain neutral. The more you lift your head, the more you're bringing your chin to your chest, which isn't healthy. The dose that makes the poison. Remember, if you've been reading my book, there should be things that you know now. And when you lay on your back, you do want to have something slight cushion raised underneath the back of the knees so that your knees aren't locked out, and it just takes a little bit of pressure off the lumbar spine, the lower back, and the pelvis. So these are just some initial seeds I wanted to plant. But in the video, it's very dedicated to side sleeping, how to position yourself, a number of pillows, and what alignment you're actually looking for. So do take a moment. It's 2 or 3 minutes long. It's really not much. And if you're benefiting from this material I'm sharing, I need you to do something. I need you to do something. I want you to share it. I want you to like it. I want you to think of at least 1 or 2 friends, the more the merrier, who may benefit from this information, and share this link with them through your social media platforms. Or if you're listening to me on a podcast, then copy and paste or take a screenshot of what you've watched or what you've listened to and share it with those people who you feel would benefit from this. Because I guarantee if you're getting some benefit from this, there's got to be at least one other person in your life that could benefit from this material. And my goal is to help spread this message as much as possible to as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. I'm here to benefit you. Make sure you do still go quickly to download my free book, because eventually that's going to be pulled, probably September now we're looking at. And that's going to be a new thing coming. I'm excited. I'll tell you more about that as time goes on. Right now, I'm going to zip it. Thank you for joining me. Remember, your muscle health is my #1 priority. Until next time, take care. Stay cool if you're staying, or you're here in Alberta and you're really hot today. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. Be healthy, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.